Hello, my name is Joanna Rivera, and I will be presenting. This PowerPoint about professional growth plan for educators certification. Let's go ahead and move to the next slide. Now, this is just a rundown on what we'll be talking about in this PowerPoint. I went ahead and named it the introduction. On the first bulleted point, you see the graduate courses that you would need. As for the second one, degree requirements. On those two, we will discuss the courses and milestones required for completion of this degree program. For number three, licensure and certification requirements. We will discuss specific requirements and how they will align with the career goals. For four, we would demonstrating high expectations. Provide examples of how each aspect will be integrated into teaching practices. For five, we would have reflective teaching practices. We will discuss strategies for collecting and analyzing data to inform instructional decisions. For six, professional and learning goals. We will elaborate on why these goals were chosen and their relevance to career development. And for seven, engagement in professional learning community. We will discuss plans for involvement in each of these areas and how they will contribute to achieve the learning goals. In conclusion, we will encourage ongoing reflection and adaptation to support lifelong learning. Let's go ahead and go to our next slide. We went ahead and let me go ahead and move this. Entitled that graduated courses and degree requirements that you would need. Now, let's start by exploring the different types of courses and requirements. These are some you would need. Obtaining a bachelor's degree, completing an approved educational preparation program, also known as EPP, certification exams, and criminal background. Now, the state of Texas requires that individuals interested in master's teaching certifications have valid teaching license. The license process includes obtaining a bachelor's degree, completing an approved education preparation program, and passing the certification exams and criminal background checks. Let's go on to the next one. Okay. Now, descriptions of licensure and certification requirements. I went ahead and broke it down for you. So we do have our bachelor's degree, and the candidate must hold a bachelor's degree from a regional accredited institution of higher education. This degree can be in any field, but it must earn before applying for teaching certification. We also have the educator preparation program. We have completion of approved educators preparation program is mandatory. These programs provide courses and training in teaching methods, classroom management, and subject-specific pedagogy. Can be completed at universities, colleges, and alternative certification program. We do have the Texas Teacher Certification Exams. Prospective teachers are required to pass appropriate Texas Teacher Certification Exam. Related to the subject area and grades levels they intend to teach, these exams assess knowledge of both subject matter and teaching skills. We do also have criminal history background check. All appliances must undergo a criminal history background check. This includes fingerprints and submissions of personal history information to the Texas Education Agency. We also have the standard certification. Upon a completion of the above, requirements. Candidates can apply for standard teaching certificate from the TEA. This certification is valid for 5 years and it is renewable. Alternative certification routes. Texas also offers alternative certification routes for individuals who already have a bachelor's degree but have not completed the traditional educator preparation program. These routes typically involve completing an alternative certification program, passing the appropriate certification exam, and fulfilling any additional requirements set by the programs of the team. Now, for our next slide, we have demonstrating high expectation. As an educator, it is essential to set high expectation for both yourself and students. High expectations foster a culture excellence, motivating students to reach their full potential and promote academic success. As an educator, it's essential to set high expectation for both yourself and your students. High expectation foster a culture of excellence, motivation students to reach their full potential and promote the academic success. By integrating communication, technology, ethics, standards, laws, and policies into teaching practices, educators demonstrate the commitment to fostering high expectations and promoting student success in the classroom. For our next slide, demonstrating high expectations. Effective communication is the key to settle and maintenance high expectations. This includes clear and constant communication with students, parents, colleagues, and administrators. Integrating technology into teaching practices can enhance students' engagement, facilitate personalized learning, and provide access to a wealth of resources. Upholding ethical standards is fundamental to create a positive and respectful learning environment. Adhering to laws and policies related to education promotes a safe, inclusive, and equitable learning environment for all students. Educators must model integrity, honesty, and fairness in their interactions with students and colleagues. Align teaching practices with academic standards to ensure that students mastering essential knowledge and skills. Standards provide clear benchmarks for students' achievement and guide instructional planning and assessment. Professional learning goals. Now, we do have two. Identification of professional learning goals. Number one, enhancing differential strategies will be mastering of different strategies allows educators to effectively address the variety learning styles, ability, and interest of students. By tailoring instructional to individual needs, educators can maximize students' engagement, motivation, and achievement. This goal promotes personal growth by expanding pedagogical repertory and professional growth, by improving instructional effectiveness and student outcomes. On to developing cultural response teaching practices. Development cultural response teaching practices is essential for creating inclusive, equitable, and empowering learning where all students have the opportunity to success. By embracing culture diversity, fostering positive relationship, and promoting social justice, educators can make proudly impact on the lives of their students and contribute to more equitable and harmoniously society. In summary, both goals are essential for personal and professional growth. As an educator, as they promote self-awareness, empathy, and effectiveness in teaching diverse students population, authentic culture, competence, and implementing culture response teaching practices contribute to creating inclusive, equitable, and empowerment learning where all students can thrive. Engaging in professional learning community. We do have two explanation of engagement meaningful experience with the professional learning and community. Engaging in professional learning and community involves collaborating with fellow educators to share knowledge, resources, and best practical practices, ultimately enhancing teaching effects and student learning outcomes. By actively participating in the professional learning community, educators can stay updated on current trends, research, and innovation in education, fostering continuous growth and improvement. Examples of professional development conference and organization. Professional development attend workshops, seminars, and courses for focus on topics related to culture, competence, and cultural response teaching practices. Examples include workshops on culture-sensitive training, diversity, and educators, and strategy for support English language learners. Conference participation is such a national associated for bilingual educators, multicultural educators, or the International Society for Teaching Technology and Education conference. These conferences offer opportunity to learn from experts and field, engaging in discussions and networking peers. I plan to engage in professional development opportunities by attending workshops and courses for culture competence and culture response teaching. This experience will depend understanding diverse cultures and enhancing ability to create inclusive learning environment. Furthermore, I will join professional organizations like NAME, NABE, and ASCD to access resource, connect with like-minded educators, and stay informed about developments in the field of culturally responsive teaching. These memberships will provide ongoing support and opportunities for growth as I work towards achieving my learning goal. In conclusion, as we conclude, I encourage each of us to embrace a mindset of lifelong learning and reflection. Let us commit to regularly examine our teaching practices, seeking out our new perspectives and ideas, adapting our approaches to better meet the needs of students by remaining open to growth and continuous improvement. We can create transformative learning experience and make a positive impact on lives of students. Thank you for your attention and dedication to professional growth. Throughout this presentation, we have explored the importance of developing cultural response and teaching practices as means to create inclusive, equitable, and empowering learning environment. We discussed the significance of enhancing culture competence and implementing culture response teaching practices and fostering positive relationship with students, promoting academic success, and addressing issues of equity and social justice in education. Continuous professional growth is essential for students to stay effective and relevant to their practice. As the educational landscape continues to evolve in diversity, it is imperative it's important that we engage in ongoing learning and development to meet the diverse needs of our students and adapt to change pedagogical trends and research findings. Here are my references that I went ahead and used to get all this information. We have the Text Educator Agency. We have what makes professional development effective. Also, effective teacher professional development learning policy institution, and visible learning for literacy, grades from kinder to 12, implementing the practices that work best to accelerate students' learning. Corwin. Thank you so much for learning with me and watching this PowerPoint.